Today, I want to remind you of something deeply powerful. You can heal your life. No matter what you've been through, no matter where you are right now, healing is always possible. You hold the key to unlock a life filled with love, joy, and peace. Healing is not about perfection. It's about releasing the old patterns, letting go of the pain, and embracing a life of fulfillment. Self-love is the foundation of all healing. It is the recognition that you are worthy, that you matter, and that you deserve to be treated with kindness and respect by yourself. So often we search for validation outside of ourselves, seeking approval from others to feel whole. But the truth is, the most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. If you can learn to love yourself fully, unconditionally, your entire world will begin to shift. Loving yourself means accepting every part of who you are without judgment or criticism. This includes your flaws, your mistakes, and your imperfections. You are not broken, you are beautifully whole, just as you are. We often carry with us years of negative self-talk, internalizing beliefs that we are not good enough, not smart enough, or not deserving of happiness. But these beliefs are lies. They are not who you truly are. You are a being of infinite potential, worthy of love simply because you exist. When you begin the journey of self-love, it may feel uncomfortable at first. You may have spent years, even decades, putting yourself down or neglecting your own needs. But self-love is a practice. It requires patience, compassion, and a willingness to be gentle with yourself. It's about recognizing that you deserve the same kindness you would offer to a dear friend. When you speak to yourself with love and encouragement, you are planting the seeds of healing in your heart. One of the most powerful ways to practice self-love is through affirmations. Every day, stand in front of a mirror, look deeply into your own eyes and say, "I love and approve of myself." At first, this may feel strange or even uncomfortable, but over time, these words will become your truth. The more you affirm your worthiness and love for yourself, the more you will begin to believe it. Affirmations are a way to reprogram your mind, replacing the old negative patterns with loving, positive thoughts. Self-love also means setting boundaries and honoring your own needs. It's about recognizing when something or someone is draining your energy and having the courage to say no. You are not here to please everyone else at the expense of your own well-being. Loving yourself means valuing your time, energy, and emotional health enough to protect them. This isn't selfish, it's necessary. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And by taking care of yourself first, you have more to give to others. Forgiveness is another essential part of self-love. We all make mistakes, and we all have moments we wish we could take back. But holding on to guilt or shame only keeps you stuck in the past. Forgiving yourself allows you to release that burden and move forward with a lighter heart. Remember, you are doing the best you can with the knowledge and awareness you have at any given moment. Be kind to yourself and allow yourself the grace to grow and evolve. As you strengthen your self-love, you will notice changes in how you interact with the world around you. You will begin to attract healthier, more loving relationships, because the way others treat you is often a reflection of how you treat yourself. When you value and respect yourself, others will naturally do the same. You will no longer settle for less than you deserve, because you will understand that you are worthy of the best that life has to offer. Healing through self-love is a lifelong journey. There will be days when it feels easy and natural, and other days when old doubts or fears resurface. But the key is to stay committed to this practice, even when it feels difficult. Self-love is not a destination. It is an ongoing process of nurturing your mind, body, and spirit. With each step you take, you are reinforcing the truth that you are enough, just as you are. In this journey of healing, remember that you are worthy of love, not because of what you do or achieve, but simply because you are. You deserve to feel at peace within yourself, to wake up each day feeling joyful and full of love. You are deserving of every bit of happiness and fulfillment that life has to offer. By loving yourself, you open the door to healing on every level, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So start today. Look in the mirror, say, "I love you," and know that this is the most important healing you will ever do. The way we think shapes everything in our lives. Every thought we have is like a seed we plant in the fertile ground of our mind, and what we nurture and focus on will grow. If we constantly think negative thoughts, we will experience negative outcomes. But if we shift our thinking to focus on love, positivity, and possibility, we begin to attract those very things into our lives. Our thoughts are incredibly powerful. They create our reality. Many of us are not even aware of the thoughts that run through our minds on a daily basis. We may have developed patterns of thinking over the years that are filled with self-doubt, fear, or criticism. These thoughts become automatic, playing in the background like a constant tape. But just because they are automatic does not mean they are true. The first step in transforming your life is becoming aware of these thoughts and realizing that you have the power to change them. When you become conscious of your thoughts, you can begin to choose thoughts that support the life you want to create. Instead of telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," you can choose to say, "I am worthy." Instead of thinking, "Nothing ever works out for me," you can affirm, "Everything is unfolding perfectly in my life." These small shifts in thought have a profound effect, not only on your emotions, but on the circumstances and experiences you attract. Love is one of the highest vibrations we can align ourselves with. When we think loving thoughts about ourselves, others, and the world, we invite more love into our lives. Love expands, heals, and transforms everything it touches. Imagine starting each day with thoughts of gratitude, compassion, and love. How differently would your day unfold compared to starting it with worry or fear? When we focus on love, we create a reality filled with peace, harmony, and joy. It's important to understand that we are not victims of our thoughts. We are the creators of them. This means we have the ability to choose what we think, how we respond to challenges, and how we view ourselves and the world around us. By consciously choosing thoughts of love and positivity, we can change not only our inner experience, but our outer circumstances as well. The energy we put out through our thoughts comes back to us in the form of our reality. When you align your thoughts with love, you also align with the flow of life. Things begin to happen more easily, and opportunities seem to come naturally. This is because love is in harmony with the universe. It is the force that connects everything and everyone. When you think loving thoughts, you are tapping into this universal energy, and it begins to work in your favor, guiding you toward what is best for your growth and happiness. This doesn't mean you will never face challenges or difficulties. Life is full of ups and downs, but when you approach life with thoughts of love, you handle these challenges with grace and resilience. Instead of being consumed by fear or anger, you can look for the lesson in each situation and trust that everything is happening for your highest good. Love allows you to remain centered and calm, even in the midst of chaos. As you continue to cultivate loving thoughts, you will notice how your relationships improve. When you view others through the lens of love, you naturally become more compassionate, patient, and understanding. You no longer react out of fear or judgment, but instead you respond with kindness. This not only strengthens your connections with others, but also attracts more love and positivity into your life. The truth is, love is always available to us. It begins with our thoughts. When we choose love over fear, when we choose to see the good in ourselves and others, we are creating a reality that is filled with beauty, abundance, and joy. Your thoughts are the building blocks of your life, and by choosing thoughts of love, you are creating a life that reflects the love, peace, and happiness you deserve. Forgiveness is a powerful key to healing, and it is one of the greatest acts of love you can give to yourself. When we hold on to anger, resentment, or pain, we imprison ourselves in the past. We relive the hurt over and over again, allowing it to shape our present and future. But the truth is, forgiveness is not about condoning what happened or excusing someone's behavior. It's about releasing the emotional weight that keeps us stuck and prevents us from moving forward. The process of forgiveness begins within. Often we think that forgiveness is something we do for others, but in reality, it's a gift we give ourselves. When we choose to forgive, we are saying, "I no longer want to carry this pain with me." We are acknowledging that holding on to resentment only harms us, not the person who hurt us. Forgiveness is a decision to let go, to free ourselves from the past, and to open our hearts to peace and healing. One of the most challenging parts of forgiveness is learning to forgive ourselves. We are often our own harshest critics, replaying our mistakes and failures in our minds, punishing ourselves long after the event has passed. But just as we deserve compassion from others, we deserve compassion from ourselves. No one is perfect, and we are all doing the best we can with the knowledge and understanding we have at the time. Forgiving yourself is an act of self-love, allowing you to release guilt and shame and move forward with grace. Forgiveness does not mean that you forget or that you allow harmful behavior to continue. It's important to set boundaries and protect yourself from those who may cause you harm. But forgiveness is about releasing the emotional attachment to the pain. It's about choosing to let go of the need for revenge or validation and trusting that you have the strength to heal without holding on to the past. In doing so, you create space for more love, joy, and peace in your life. When you hold on to resentment, it can affect your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. The stress of carrying anger can manifest as tension, illness, or fatigue. But when you choose to forgive, you release that burden. You allow your body and mind to relax, and you invite healing into every part of your being. Forgiveness sets you free, not only emotionally but physically as well, creating a sense of lightness and ease in your life. Sometimes forgiveness takes time. It's not always a one-time decision, especially if the hurt runs deep. But each time you choose to let go, even a little, you are taking a step toward freedom. Be patient with yourself in this process. Healing takes time, and it's okay to go at your own pace. The important thing is that you are willing to forgive, that you are open to releasing the pain, and that you trust that healing is possible. As you begin to forgive, you may notice a shift in your relationships. When you let go of past hurts, you make room for deeper connections, free from the baggage of old wounds. You start to see others through the eyes of love rather than judgment or resentment. This shift in perspective not only improves your relationships, but also invites more love and harmony into your life. Forgiveness strengthens your capacity to love both yourself and others. Forgiveness also teaches us valuable lessons about compassion and empathy. When we forgive, we recognize that everyone is on their own journey, and sometimes people hurt us because they are hurting themselves. This understanding doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps us to see that their actions are often a reflection of their own pain. Forgiveness allows us to release the need to judge or blame and instead choose compassion, both for ourselves and for those who have wronged us. Ultimately, forgiveness is an act of liberation. It is a choice to no longer be defined by what has happened to us. It's about reclaiming our power and our peace. By choosing to forgive, we open the door to new possibilities, new beginnings, and a life filled with more love and joy. It is through forgiveness that we truly set ourselves free, allowing us to step into the fullness of who we are meant to be: whole, healed, and at peace. Change is one of the few constants in life, yet so many of us resist it. We often cling to the familiar, even when it no longer serves us, because stepping into the unknown can feel frightening. But change is a natural part of life's flow, and when we learn to embrace it with love, we discover that it carries within it the seeds of growth, healing, and transformation. Instead of fearing change, we can welcome it as an opportunity for renewal, trusting that it is leading us towards something greater. The first step in embracing change is to release the need for control. We often try to control every aspect of our lives, believing that if we can predict and plan everything, we will feel safe. But life is full of surprises, and trying to control it only leads to frustration and stress. When we surrender to the flow of life and trust that everything is unfolding as it should, we find a sense of peace. We realize that even when things seem uncertain, there is a higher order at play, guiding us toward what is best for our growth. Change can bring discomfort, but it is often in those uncomfortable moments that we learn the most about ourselves. When we step out of our comfort zones, we are stretched and challenged in ways that help us grow. It is through these experiences that we develop resilience, strength, and a deeper understanding of who we are. Instead of resisting the discomfort, we can approach it with love and curiosity, asking ourselves, what is this teaching me? How can I grow from this? One of the most beautiful things about change is that it always opens the door to new possibilities. When something in our lives ends, it creates space for something new to begin. This could be a new opportunity, a new relationship, or even a new perspective. Often the changes we fear the most are the very ones that lead us to a more fulfilling life. By embracing change with an open heart, we invite these new possibilities to enter our lives and enrich our experiences. It's important to remember that change doesn't always happen in dramatic ways. Sometimes it's subtle, a shift in mindset, a change in routine, or a new way of looking at things. These small changes can have a profound impact on our lives over time. When we approach life with a willingness to evolve, even in small ways, we create a ripple effect of growth and healing. Each small step we take toward embracing change brings us closer to living in alignment with our true selves. Love is the key to navigating change. When we approach change with love, we move through it with grace and ease. We stop seeing it as something to be feared and instead recognize it as an opportunity for greater love and joy to enter our lives. Love reminds us that we are always supported, even in times of uncertainty. It helps us to trust the process of life, knowing that we are being guided toward what is best for us. In the midst of change, it's natural to feel a sense of loss for what was. We may grieve the end of a chapter in our lives, whether it's the loss of a job, a relationship, or a familiar way of being. But it's important to remember that every ending is also a new beginning. By honoring our feelings and allowing ourselves to mourn, we create space to fully embrace the new chapter that is unfolding. Love allows us to let go with grace, trusting that something even more beautiful is on its way. Change also invites us to practice flexibility and adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan, and when we are rigid in our expectations, we set ourselves up for disappointment. But when we remain flexible and open to the possibilities, we are able to flow with life rather than fight against it. This doesn't mean we give up on our dreams or goals, but rather that we allow them to evolve as we do. Flexibility allows us to see new opportunities we may have otherwise overlooked. Ultimately, embracing change is an act of self-love. It is a way of honoring your own growth and evolution. By welcoming change, you are affirming that you are worthy of new experiences, new possibilities, and new opportunities for joy. You are saying to yourself, I trust life and I trust myself, and in that trust, you find the freedom to live fully and authentically, knowing that every change is bringing you closer to the person you are meant to be. Your body is a mirror of your mind, reflecting the thoughts, emotions, and beliefs you hold deep within. When you are at peace with yourself and think loving, positive thoughts, your body responds by feeling healthy and vibrant. Conversely, when you are stressed, fearful, or filled with negative emotions, your body often shows signs of discomfort, tension, or illness. This connection between mind and body is powerful, and by nurturing your thoughts with love, you can support your physical health and well-being. Many of us carry emotional pain or unresolved feelings within, and over time, this emotional baggage can manifest in the form of physical symptoms. You might notice that when you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, your body reacts with tight muscles, headaches, or dashes, or digestive issues. These physical responses are signals from your body, telling you that something in your inner world needs attention. Rather than ignoring these signs, it's important to listen to your body with compassion and explore the emotions behind them. By cultivating self-love and practicing positive thinking, you can begin to release the emotional tension stored in your body. When you speak to yourself with kindness and offer forgiveness for past mistakes, you create an environment of healing. Just as a plant thrives in nourishing soil, your body thrives when you create a mental atmosphere of love and care. The more you affirm positive thoughts, the more your body will reflect that love and respond with greater health and vitality. Stress is one of the most common ways that the mind negatively impacts the body. When we worry or hold on to fear, our bodies produce stress hormones like cortisol, which can lead to fatigue, weakened immunity, and other health issues over time. But by learning to calm the mind, whether through meditation, affirmations, or simply taking moments of deep breath, you can reduce stress and support your body's natural ability to heal. Love, peace, and calmness in the mind lead to balance and harmony in the body. Your beliefs about your body also play a crucial role in your physical health. If you constantly think, "I'm unhealthy" or "I'm always tired," your body will begin to reflect those beliefs. But if you change your inner dialogue to affirmations like, "I am healthy, strong, and full of energy," you send a powerful message to your body to begin aligning with that truth. Your body listens to what you tell it, and when you speak words of love and strength, your body responds by feeling healthier and more energized. Self-care is a natural extension of self-love, and it's essential for both your mind and body. When you truly love yourself, you make time to nurture your physical well-being. This might mean eating nourishing foods, moving your body through exercise, getting enough rest, or simply taking time to relax and unwind. By caring for your body, you are sending yourself the message that you are worthy of love and care. This deepens the connection between your mind and body, allowing both to thrive. Often, the physical ailments we experience are not just random occurrences, but reflections of deeper emotional or mental patterns. For example, chronic pain or illness may stem from unresolved emotional wounds or feelings of unworthiness. By addressing these underlying emotional issues with love and compassion, you can support the body's natural healing process. Healing is holistic. It involves not just the body, but also the mind and spirit working together in harmony. As you develop a loving relationship with your mind, you also develop a loving relationship with your body. Instead of seeing your body as something to criticize or judge, you begin to appreciate it for the amazing vessel it is. You start to honor your body's needs, respecting its signals and rhythms. This shift in perspective brings you into greater alignment with your physical self, fostering a sense of gratitude and reverence for all that your body does for you each day. Ultimately, the mind and body are inseparable, constantly influencing each other. When you fill your mind with thoughts of love, your body responds with health and vitality. And when you take care of your body with love and respect, your mind becomes clearer and more peaceful. This interconnected relationship is a beautiful reminder that true healing comes from within. By loving yourself deeply, both mind and body, you create a life of balance, harmony, and well-being. Affirmations are one of the most powerful tools we have for transforming our lives. They are simple, positive statements that, when repeated consistently, help to reshape our thoughts, beliefs, and ultimately our reality. At first glance, affirmations may seem too easy or insignificant to create any real change, but their true power lies in their ability to reprogram the subconscious mind. The thoughts we think over and over again become ingrained in our subconscious, and these thoughts influence every aspect of our lives, our emotions, behaviors, and even the outcomes we experience. The mind is incredibly receptive, constantly absorbing the messages we tell it. Whether these messages are positive or negative, the subconscious mind accepts them as truth. Unfortunately, many of us are conditioned to think negative thoughts about ourselves, often without even realizing it. We might say things like, "I'm not good enough, I can't do this," or "I don't deserve happiness." These thoughts, repeated over time, become our reality. But just as negative thoughts can shape our lives, so can positive ones. Affirmations allow us to consciously choose the thoughts we want to plant in our minds, replacing the old limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. When you begin practicing affirmations, it may feel unnatural at first, especially if your current beliefs are far from what you are affirming. For example, if you're used to thinking, "I'll never be successful," saying an affirmation like, "I am worthy of success," might feel uncomfortable. This discomfort is a sign that you are challenging deeply ingrained beliefs, and that's a good thing. Affirmations work by gently and persistently shifting your mindset. Over time, your mind starts to accept these new positive statements as truth, and you begin to see changes in your thoughts, feelings, and actions. The beauty of affirmations is that they can be used to improve every area of your life. Whether you want to enhance your self-esteem, improve your relationships, achieve financial abundance, or heal physically or emotionally, there is an affirmation for every goal. The key is to choose affirmations that resonate with you and align with what you truly desire. As you repeat these affirmations, they create new neural pathways in the brain, which support new habits, behaviors, and outcomes. The more you practice, the more powerful the effect becomes. Affirmations also help to cultivate a sense of self-love. By repeating positive statements like, "I love and accept myself exactly as I am," or "I am deserving of love and happiness," you begin to rewire the way you see yourself. For many people, self-love can be one of the hardest areas to improve, especially if they've spent years being critical of themselves. But with time and persistence, affirmations can transform self-criticism into self-compassion. As you strengthen your self-love, you'll notice that your relationships improve, your confidence grows, and your overall sense of well-being increases. One of the most effective ways to practice affirmations is by using a mirror. Stand in front of the mirror, look deeply into your own eyes, and repeat your affirmations out loud. This practice can be incredibly powerful because it forces you to confront yourself directly and acknowledge the positive truths you are affirming. It may feel awkward or emotional at first, but the more you do it, the more natural it will become. Over time, this practice helps to solidify the belief that you are worthy of love, happiness, and success. Consistency is key when it comes to affirmations. Just like any other habit, the more you practice, the more results you'll see. Make affirmations a daily part of your routine, whether you repeat them in the morning before bed or throughout the day. Write them down, place them where you can see them, or record yourself saying them and listen to them regularly. The goal is to immerse yourself in positive, uplifting thoughts as often as possible. As these thoughts become your dominant mental pattern, they will start to reflect in your outer reality. Our affirmations work in harmony with the law of attraction, which states that like attracts like. When you focus on positive thoughts, you raise your vibration and attract experiences that match that higher frequency. If you constantly affirm love, abundance, and joy, you will begin to notice more opportunities for love, abundance, and joy appearing in your life. This is not magic, it is the natural result of aligning your thoughts with the reality you wish to create. The more you affirm the positive, the more you align with the energy of positivity, and the more of it you attract. Ultimately, affirmations are a form of self-empowerment. They remind you that you have the power to choose your thoughts, and by choosing positive thoughts, you have the power to shape your reality. You are not a victim of circumstance, you are a co-creator of your life. By practicing affirmations with love, patience, and persistence, you can transform your mindset and in turn transform your entire experience of life. Embrace the power of affirmations and watch as your world begins to change in beautiful, unexpected ways.